Okay, so Roblox just released a new update and they themselves, Roblox, on the Roblox website in your messages right now, will be talking about starting to sell, share and process your personal data for targeted advertising. So obviously that kind of rings alarm bells in people's heads. A lot of people are a little concerned about this right now, a little worried, and I think it kind of sounds a lot more dramatic than it really is, because to see Roblox themselves barge their way into your messages talking about selling, sharing and processing your personal data sounds a little invasive, and I can completely understand why so many people are kind of concerned and worrying about this right now. And I think just whether or not this is safe is kind of the biggest question, but I'm gonna tell you pretty much everything that we know right now. Before we do that though, I would like to say please leave a like on this video and subscribe, because we are getting close to 300,000 and I will explode and die if I don't get there, so don't let that be your fault. Starting today, Roblox will sell, share and process your personal data to advertisers. You can control how your data is processed in settings. So originally this was supposed to be something that they put into effect like 2 days ago. They said this back in July, but then 2 days ago they posted like some kind of an update message to say that this will now be in settings, but it will not officially fully start until the 21st of August. So like you still have some time to kind of understand what this is going to mean and whether or not you yourself would like to enable these settings. But like I said, a lot of people are so concerned and worried about whether or not this is going to be safe, or if this is not just too invasive to a point where they're just not even going to let the settings be enabled in the first place. But that is the best part about this, it's going to be a choice. But first let me show you the first message that they sent back in July. Again, I don't really know why this is going to the news tab of messages, because with your Roblox messages you have your inbox where your messages will go, and Roblox can very easily send messages to there. I have so many from them, but for some reason this is going to news, which doesn't actually show up in your messages. It doesn't change the number of your messages, so unless you check your actual inbox every day, you wouldn't have seen that this was in there. So I wish they made it a little less hidden, but I guess that's what I'm here for, to share all of this with you guys. But back in July they said, hello, as noted in our privacy policy update on July 1st 2024, Roblox will soon start selling, sharing and processing your personal data for targeted advertising purposes. This practice is set to start on August 7th 2024. In accordance with applicable law, starting on August 7th, 2024, we will make an available mechanism to control selling, sharing and processing personal data for targeted advertising purposes. Please visit your settings page starting on that date to review and exercise your choices. Again, that is the best part about this. I know that it still seems kind of invasive and extreme and concerning and worrying, but we do have a choice. This is not forced upon everyone like some of their other updates, and that is because that's not their choice. This is just a law thing. If it was their choice, they probably would just enable this by default for everyone. Although going to my own settings, this will be in your settings as well under the privacy tab. Scroll down a little bit and there is a new section for ads preferences, and these two that you can enable or disable right here are the new things. The first one is personalize your ads. When this setting is on, Roblox will personalize the ads you see based on information about you and your activity on Roblox. When this setting is off, you will see non-personalized ads shown to you based on factors like your age and location. It's so interesting that this is coming about just after they removed user ads. It's almost like they planned this to happen. They can remove user ads and completely replace it with regular ads that are on pretty much every other website. To be honest with you, this is kind of standard for most places on the internet now. I had no idea that Roblox didn't already do this, which might actually be more concerning on my end, the fact that I just assumed by default that Roblox did this and didn't really ever say anything about it. But no, apparently they didn't do that because this is now a very new update. The second box is data selling and sharing. When this setting is on, Roblox may share personal information with advertising partners to improve advertising services. That's the one that sounds a little bit scarier. Them talking about sharing and even selling your own personal information to advertisers, which again is pretty much standard for a lot of places around the entire internet at this point. So that's why even I just assumed that Roblox did this anyway, but apparently they didn't. Now, I've heard some people say that both of these were enabled by default and they actually had to manually go into their settings and disable both of them, but for me personally, and even one other person that I know, these were disabled by default, so I don't know if it's something to do with where you live or your country or your IP or anything like that, but you know, just in case, if you do not want these enabled, don't assume that they are disabled by default just because they were for me. I would still go into your settings right now and just check just to be sure, because like I said, some people that I know seem to have had these enabled by default. And the second message from Roblox just a couple days ago was, starting today, you can use your ads preferences to manage the selling, sharing and processing of your personal data for advertising purposes. To access your ads preferences, okay, they tell you how to do everything that I just told you how to do, but then they also say, previously we sent a message stating that we will start selling and sharing personal data for advertising purposes starting today, August 7th. That date has now been updated. Roblox will not start this practice until after August 21st, 2024. So yeah, that's really all we have about this. Again, privacy settings in your own settings. Scroll down a little bit and ads preferences. Both of these options will be right there. If you do want them enabled, or if you do have them enabled, I don't think it's unsafe. Like I said, like this is pretty standard for most of the internet at this point. It's not unsafe or dangerous or anything like that. Roblox probably wouldn't do it if it was unsafe. So please, the comments is the place to go. Tell me what you guys think about Roblox now selling and sharing your personal information with advertisers, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.